Today we're starting a brand new series. We're building a pole barn on my property. Budget friendly, custom, and a lot of great features that you won't see anywhere else. It's all next on HomeProHero. So you ask yourself, why am I building a pole barn? I've got the property, I need the space, and I have a YouTube channel. 3 good reasons, right? This isn't gonna be a regular square pole barn. I designed it on SketchUp myself. I wanted a unique look, been thinking about it for the last 2 years, and I really pounded out the idea that I wanted on paper. When it comes to permitting on this particular job, it's not needed. But what is needed is to have the barn plotted on my property, which is what I did back when I built my house. So when it comes to the budget, I'm doing most of this myself. But today, first time ever, I'm bringing a subcontractor onto the channel for good reason. I want to make sure the barn's square, level, plumb, whatever you want to call it. We want the foundation to be right on the money, and the guy right down the street does this for a living. He's an expert. I'll be there right with him as they do it all. So what's the time frame on a project like this? I don't know, it's DIY, right? The poles are going to go up quick. Everything else will be slower because I'm doing it myself. I'd like to have it all wrapped up for the most part, maybe even with the concrete floor by the spring. That way I can do landscaping around it. Let me walk you through the area before the builder gets here so you know exactly what we're going to do and how we're going to start this project. So the pole barn, it's not huge. It's a 28 by 32 building. It's got 2 sections. An extremely long car bay is about 16 by 32. The other area is about 12 by 24 with the porch off the back. I'm not sure if you can see the line or not, but I have 2 pins, 1, 2. This is the line I want the builder to square my whole entire building off of. The reason why I picked that location, because it shoots out to my driveway straight. So that's my grade pin. It's the height of my finished floor, which will be concrete. I ran my Hupar rotary laser from over in a driveway. I spray painted a spot and I set it so this stake is higher than the point on the driveway. That will keep my barn high and water out of it, hopefully. Also, when it comes to layout, I didn't want my garage doors facing the west because that's where all the weather comes. So they're almost facing dead north, which is a good thing also. We're going to use the best building materials out there. I can't wait to bring it to you. Let's get to work. MBC Builders are helping me on this project. Daryl's been doing this type of construction for a long time, since he was a kid, I believe. So we started out by me giving them the 4 corners of the barn. They run these corner brackets called battens. They run the lines to all 4 corners using screws. And all the posts are set off the lines, not necessarily battens or boards. Once they have the battens in place and the lines are in, then all they do is take a diagonal measurement from each corner. They want to make sure both diagonals are the exact same. That makes your building completely square, at least on the perimeter. Once they had the 4 corners set and the building perfectly square, that's when I gave them the plans exactly where I needed the posts inside the corners. So they'll use the existing perimeter posts to set the locations of the inside posts. This is why I hired a crew to do it. It's so important to make sure your building's square. It makes your roof square, makes your siding square, makes all your openings square. It's so important. So what makes this barn super unique compared to any other barn on the internet, we're doing something called bookshelf framing. It's 2x6s all framed inside of the 6x6 post. I'll give you all the reasons and all the benefits why you should do this and why some people might not do this in an upcoming video soon. Hey, everything's going well. I'm pretty happy with it. Right now they have that entire row drilled. They're working on the south wall at this point. No major roots, I don't think. Yeah, no major roots, but I tell you, you can't beat building and breaking ground. Just feels good, feels right. This is the biggest project that I'm bringing to my channel. The most important thing is he's making sure that the auger's going down straight. You want that hole to be somewhat straight, upright. And then they'll put the post in the middle. But I think the goal is to get the outside holes in, get the gravel here, spread that out, and then install the post tomorrow. So they're doing the exact same thing. I got a divider between the bay and then also the other side there. They're running the line 15-4 from the corner. They're gonna run it to the front and catch the row of posts that need to be put in there. Lumber's here, gravel's here, it's been spread out. We're gonna drill a few more holes, get the concrete ready and the post ready. Okay, so what they're doing here is they've added an 80-pound bag of concrete to the bottom of each hole. And then what he's doing is just kind of leveling out, compacting it, gives the post a good foundation to sit on. So as they're doing concrete over here, you can see what they're doing over here is they're basically going through the lumber, finding the crowns, picking out the best ones for the best locations. We're doing 6x6 posts for a lot of different reasons. point of the block at the bottom?
So the block adds as a wedge. If the building was to take off or catch wind, a pole with no block would slide right on out. It would slide right out of the dirt, and it locks the post to the ground. So
and then if that concrete comes over the top of that block, then that's going to help that from uplift. I guess I should have done that on my smokehouse pavilion. So the most important pulls are the corners for obvious reasons. I got a guy at the top holding it, keeping it steady. He's giving him orders to go a certain direction, north, south, east, west. And then the guy on the ground's adjusting the base too. They're getting the post plumb off the line first, and then they're going from left and right and making sure it's plumb that way. So I did posts on the smokehouse. I used a 2x4 to space my posts out, but what they did was they used a pencil, they marked the line center, and then they put a center line on the post, so you don't have to worry about one point, which is center on the post, with center on the line. Makes sense. That's why these guys are pros, and that's why they do it every day.
Northern hair, right there. Good day, John.
So the outsides are all 16s. These are 22s, I believe. A lot gets chopped off, maybe 2 or 3 foot. You guys put those in pretty quick when you have that.
Oh yeah.
Like Daryl said, it's changed a lot over the years.
Get a board down in there, stand them up off our shoulders, and hit that board. That way it wouldn't catch the side of the hole. It'd slide down the hole.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, because once you get it upright, then it would just drop.
Yeah, that sucks.
Okay, we're moving on to the 22 footers in the middle. This divides the 16-foot wide bay with the 12-foot bay. We are coming across some roots, unfortunately, in this hole. Hopefully it's the only one like that. We get away with just one hole with roots in it, we're in good shape. He was worried about this, so hopefully he can get her down. Amazing how big this lumber is and how easy they make it look. The equipment's money, and you gotta have this kind of stuff. The guys went to lunch, but they got all the posts up besides 2 up here for the garage door. Man, you look down here, you look down the sides, super straight. I mean, that's just super straight. I love it. But kudos to these guys, man. They really do a good job. What they're doing is they're shooting elevation. They're shooting a level line on every one of my posts. That way I can go up and get my level line up, or I get my level line down. Skirt boards, headers, that stuff. Then what we did, we measured down from that level mark to where the concrete slab will be at slab level, and you got 2x6 above slab level. He's marking my header height with that long board with the screw on the end. That way I know where to chop the tops off and where I can make my niches. We're also bracing the corners to make sure the structure doesn't go anywhere. Still got a couple more posts we got to put in, but we'll get to those in a minute. We want to make sure everything stays square and solid. Okay, header time. They're gonna put the headers in while they have the equipment inside the building. It's easy to get around. So it's real simple. They've already marked where I need to chop the posts off after I get the headers installed. What I told them to do was go ahead and mount the headers 14 1/4 inches lower than where the top of the header is. That allows the board to be there. I'll cut the notch using the saw on top of the 2x10 that they're installing, and then use the chainsaw to make the notch. This is really just a temporary fix. They're just getting them up there for me. Over there, it's 8 foot is the top header. Over on this side, it's 10 foot, and in the middle, it's 16. That's gonna give me the roof lines of a 412 pitch on both sides. final 4 holes. We got one back there, one over here, and then 2 here. I've got a 10-foot garage door going on there. I think it's 9 foot tall, plenty big enough for what I'm gonna use it for. All the bracing's in place. They promised me it's not gonna go anywhere. Holes drilled, post and concrete. We got the headers and the bracing all in place. So what it cost me? Got about $350 in gravel, $3,100 in lumber, about $2,500 in labor, about $6,000. Special thanks to MBC Builders, Daryl, his boys, phenomenal job. Saved me a lot of work. But going forward, it's on me. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next step in this series. Take care, I'll see you next time.